All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back. This is the first stream of 2026. It's been a minute since I last streamed, which was early December. There was no time for me to stream at all. So we're going to close this actually. But let me turn on this light. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while since we streamed. But since I have not been streaming, I have been busy playing catch up with certain games. So that whole month of December, I tried to fit in as much time as I could with gaming this month. So currently I am still playing Judgment. I finally beat Expedition 33. Game is amazing. If I know I keep saying this and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but if y'all have not played this game, I highly, highly, highly suggest that y'all do. So I finally beat that about like last week. Judgment. What else? I've been playing a little bit of Arc Raiders. Just to step in like the multiplayer. Just to get my feet wet. I haven't fully dived into it yet, but I dabbled. But the main game we are currently playing right now is Alan Wake 2. So Alan Wake 2 is one of them games that I put on the back burner for the past 2 years. I'm finally playing it, and I can understand now that why this game won so many awards. So we are currently playing that. It is on the second channel, so be sure to tune in when you can. Subscribe to the second channel. Make sure the notification bell is on so you can see the episodes come out. And I believe I'm on like like chapter 7 or part 7 of that game. So it's not too long of a game, but it ain't a short game either. So it's kind of hitting that sweet spot of like 20-ish hours. But we'll get it done. We will not get it done before the school semester starts, unfortunately. But yeah, we're just gonna have to find a schedule, some type of routine to where we can get the school in during the week, and then we can do live streams or gaming during the weekend, which I already kind of do, but I kind of been pushing it and playing games throughout the week. Because Expedition 33, that game took a lot of my time. So we back on it now. So I also downloaded because it was Xbox Game Pass on PC. Uh, Ninja Gaiden. I haven't played Ninja Gaiden since Ninja Gaiden 2 for the OG Xbox. Now, these games, if y'all have played those, very, very difficult. Think of Devil May Cry, but on steroids. That's what that is. Devil May Cry is a difficult game. Ninja Gaiden is a whole another beast. So I am currently, I just download that to have fun. That is a type of game where I may live stream. Not too much of a heavy story. I'm just in it for the action, and it got nominated for best action, I believe. So I was like, this game looks fire. I need to be cutting up, slicing and dicing people. Give me that blood, give me gore, give me all that stuff. So this game is very bloody, but it looks very good at the same time on this PC. And yeah. Oh, and that's another big thing. I don't think I live streamed before I got my PC. So month of December, birthday/Christmas, I decided on getting a new PC. I went to Micro Center. I was thinking about building it from scratch myself, but I was just not confident in myself. I only knew surface level of stuff. I mean, I had people who know, but having to ship it, mail the parts to them, they get it, I gotta pay them, they gotta ship it back. That's just too much work, too much of a hassle. So I got uh, a micro center in Houston, drove to Houston, sat with one of the employees, and I was like, yo, I don't know too much about PC. I know a little something, but I don't know too much about this PC building stuff. Y'all gonna have to guide me through it, walk me through stuff. I need to build it from scratch. They built it from the ground up. I told them exactly what I wanted. I told them what color I needed. I got an all white. I'll probably put it on the side somewhere, but I got an all white PC build, 5070. I got all the details I wrote down or I took a picture of, but yeah, definitely major major upgrade from the one I had before. Now the one I got before, the black one, that was a 3060. I had that for the past, I would say, 4 years, and that took me all the way up until now. So I could still use it. It's still good. I can still stream. I can still record. Still do what I'm doing now. But it was around. It was getting to that 5 year mark. So I was like, I'm gonna need a major upgrade. It's way bigger, way more fans, way more power. I just need to play around with the kinks and stuff because when I went to record, it wasn't really showing my gameplay. It was a little finicky. So I gotta still mess around with the settings, but all good. I got a whole new keyboard. I got a whole new ergonomic mouse. Like I went all out. Now I could have went more up on the RAM, but we're gonna get into that later. So I am glad I got my PC when I did, because as soon as I got it, probably like 2 weeks after they had raised the prices on RAM. Before you know it, they're gonna raise the prices on other stuff too. So if you are deciding on getting a PC, you might as well do it right now because these prices are not gonna go down. But we will save that discussion for later in the stream because I got a whole thing I want to talk about with that. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's been going on these past this month and last month. I hope y'all had a very merry Christmas. I hope y'all had a happy New Year's. It is now 2026. We got a whole bunch of different plans, not only gaming wise but personal wise that I want to do. We got a lot of games coming out. We got a lot of movies. We got a lot of TV shows coming out. We got Invincible, Daredevil, and The Boys coming out at the same time. A whole bunch of anime. The anime winter season is going crazy right now. I could talk about that. That could be a whole separate live stream, but this is not the anime live stream. Gaming. So, but yeah, I'm definitely keeping busy. I definitely am occupied with a whole bunch of media stuff, music, TV, anime, movies. We got Avengers coming out in December. They're already throwing trailers left and right. We got Spider-Man coming out in July. Um, like I said, with the winter anime coming up, Jujutsu Kaisen. Y'all better be watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Cause that show out the gate, episode 1 and 2, that's how we need to start the season off. Straight hands. But I digress. So, again, I hope y'all had a good New Year's. It is the 13th, so we got a whole bunch of stuff coming out, and we're gonna get into these topics. So us see what we got going on. We're gonna get into GTA 2. That's gonna be a big one. That's gonna be a big one. Okay, so this is from Game Informer. This is pretty much a list of majority of the stuff that's coming out month by month. So I'm just gonna kind of scroll down and skim on what I am gonna be playing or what I'm anticipating to play. So it is now the month of Jan. We are pretty much in the beginning stages. Not really, nothing is coming out in January. None that I'm like looking for. I think the big month is gonna be for this. You already know. Resident Evil 9 is going to be a day one. Resident Evil Requiem. So what? Let me see what else we got going on. Romeo is a dead man. This is about to be a dead one. I feel like this game is about to be a sleeper. I looked at the trailer for this. I think it was when one of those game conferences came on and they showed what this is. Very wacky, very it's like a beat 'em up hack and slash type game. That's my territory. So Romeo is a Dead Man coming out for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. So we may be getting this for the PS5. And it's coming out February 11th. So check for that because that will for sure be on the channel. So I got to make sure to knock out Alan Wake before that game comes out because I don't want to be doubling up on stuff. So I think we're going to maybe stream this. Maybe. And I might record. Well, depending on what it is, I do. I don't really know. Record, stream. I just want to play this game. So, what else? Yakuza Kiwami 3. So I am playing a Yakuza related game, which is Judgment, but I have played Yakuza 0. I played a little bit of Yakuza 1, and Yakuza 0 got me into the Yakuza games. So 2 I need to play, 3 I need to play, but those games, oof, I was thinking about doing a marathon of those, but those games, jeez. Mario Tennis Fever coming out for the Switch 2. High on Life. I feel like I do want to play this game, but it's definitely going to be on the back burner because Romeo's a Dead Man and Resident Evil. Those are the two games that are like priority right now. What else? Resident Evil 7 for the Switch 2. Okay. And then Resident Evil Requiem, of course, February 27th. PlayStation 5. Switch. Oh, damn, they got that for the Switch 2 and PC. Resident Evil Village for Switch 2. Yeah, so pretty much Romeo is a Dead Man is number 1. That's a day 1. Resident Evil 9 is a day 1. And then High on Life can be in the backlog. So for March, and we're not gonna go through all the months, but we're just kind of gonna hit the I would say like the first 3 or 4. So let me see what we got. Oh, really? No. Oh, damn. Okay, so the only game that I'm really looking forward to playing for the March time is Mouse PI for Hire. Now, if y'all remember that was kind of like a old fashioned, like a early Disney Looney Tunes type of aesthetic to it, like a Cuphead aesthetic to it, but very violent. You detective, uh, what's dude's name? Troy Baker. He plays the main dude, and that game looks very violent, but I'm here for it. Very 2D, 3D. I like how that style mixes with one another. And that is, yeah, that's pretty much it for March. I'm not really looking for any others like this. Month of April, Pragmata. Pragmata may be a day one. Yo, and that's another thing. Capcom is killing it right now. They got like I think they got like 4 games coming out this year. And they all different genres. They got Pragmata, they got Resident Evil coming out. They still own Street Fighter. And then for May, we got 007 First Light, but I believe they may have delayed that. I'm not too sure. Somebody fact check me, but I heard that they may have delayed that one. And then we got Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. This is one of the games that I do want to play, but it may be on the backlog for this year. So I'm not mad at that. We got some good games already on the first quarter. The 2 in Feb. Mouse PI Fryer. That's for March. And then we got Pragmata in April. So we got something coming out every month, if not more stuff. So we're definitely gonna be busy. I'm definitely gonna be pacing myself. I'm not gonna get everything done. I'm still in the backlog for last year. But it's all good. Play what you need to play on your time. You don't got to play what everybody else is playing. And I think I did pretty good last year with how I did with pacing my games. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Unless they come out with some surprises, or they come out with like a shadow drop that we're not even ready for. So we might be getting some surprise remakes, some surprise remasters. I'm hearing they're doing like a Fallout New Vegas remaster. So I have not played Fallout Vegas. I played 3 and 4. But I have not played Vegas, and I heard that was like the best one. So I could get it on PC right now, but if they are making some type of remaster, I kind of just want to wait and hold off until I get that or until it drops. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see it. So, as y'all saw in the thumbnail, I have a couple things. So with this whole month and a half of me not streaming, close to 2, damn near 2 months, a lot of stuff has happened. Not so great things have happened. So I kind of wanted to start light of what games I wanted to play. And now we're going to talk about, unfortunately, reality of the state of what this gaming industry is. You already know gaming is an expensive hobby. It's a lot to get these consoles. It's a lot to get a PC. It's a lot to get these controls. It's a lot to get these games. Gaming is an expensive hobby. You gotta have a lot of money. You don't gotta have a lot of money, but you gotta have enough money to where you can budget. Because a game is $70 a piece. Unless we're not even talking about like if you get some type of special edition or anything like that. But gaming is, you will have to contribute a lot of money into this thing that we call a hobby. And this is one of the biggest things for revenue of money. My headphones just went out. But gaming is the biggest industry when it comes to like revenue. It beats out movies and it beats out movies. I just said movies twice. It beats out movies and it beats out music. Easily. The amount of money that we put into making these types of games, we're talking about in the billions. And Expedition 33, what was it, like 10 mil? Like 10 mil. Now, that may seem like a lot of money, but compared to bigger games, and that was just independent. We're not even talking about these blockbuster AAA games that are hundreds of millions, $1 billion. Rockstar, GTA, that's going to be $1 billion game. But I'll get to that later. But yes, we are now at the state where unless you got a job, unless you got a good job, a good decent job that's paying you fairly decent, you gonna be one of them people that's gonna hold off on these upcoming games. Don't let it be you have a PS4 either. You way behind at this point. So they stop putting out games unless it's like an indie that you can port. But we in the new genre, this is the new generation of PS5 is the standard now. And if you don't got that, then you behind the curve. So I really feel for these kids and these parents who got multiple kids who are into games and who want not only one console but several with controllers, plural. So it is a lot. It is a lot, but we are gonna hit up some topics. So as y'all saw in the thumbnail, I got GTA, I got the Steam Machine, and I got RAM sticks. We're gonna be hitting all three, but the first thing I want to get into is the Steam Machine. We're gonna see how this thing goes. Now, I wanted to talk about this when it first dropped, when it first came out. I just did not have a video for it at the time, but we here now, and we got rumors that it was a possible leak, and they are going to reveal the price. So here's this article, PC Games. Let me see if I can find that price. So when the Steam Machine was announced just a few months ago, a lot of the hype around it was deservedly because of the amazing looking hardware and the knowledge that SteamOS would make for an incredible living room gaming PC experience. However, a great deal of that excitement was also due to the hope that Valve might release the Steam Machine at a price that would rival game consoles. However, a new Steam Machine rumor suggests that won't be the case. Now, when I heard that this first dropped in like late November, maybe it was like early November, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We got an actual Steam console. You don't need a PC. And I know this is like a easier transition from console to PC. Like if you don't want a PC, if you think that's a more complicated device, this is a tier below that, and that's an easy next step. And this can be a lot of good for families if you have it set up in the living room. You got a whole bunch of Steam games, and Steam games, Steam always go on sale. They just recently had a winter sale, which was crazy. We're talking about 80, 90% off, 70% off on games. But the Steam Machine would be super dope. I mean, I'm all in. Not all in. I'm all for them making a device like this because it helps the people that aren't too familiar with the PC to get into something like this, and it's easier for the pockets. So I thought, So let's read into what the pricing of this may be. Despite this rumor, we still expect the Steam Machine to be one of the best gaming PC options available when it lands later this year. You just might want to temper your expectations on how big a dent it will make in your bank balance. So the Steam Machine price rumor comes from a Czech tech retailer called Smarty, which posted a listing for the new device on his website. While no price is shown on the site, Reddit sleuth, not reading that name, spotted there's a price listed in the page's code. The Redditor's post reveals that the Steam Machine price on this listing is $950 for the 512 gigabyte model and $1,070 USD for the 2 terabyte model. Checking our sales, these prices still appear in the code, with the company seemingly in no rush to remove it. So that's a lot of money for a 512 gigabyte. That's $950. Now, if for the parents who are not super tech savvy and their kid is like, yo, mom, I want this Steam Machine, they're gonna go to their retail store and they're gonna be like, all right, how much is the Steam Machine? $1,000. They're gonna be looking at you crazy, like, I'm not spending $1,000 on a console. The PlayStation 5 is 500, I believe. Xbox recently raised their prices, so we're not even gonna talk about them. But I love the idea, but the Steam Machine, in my opinion, should be around 700, 750. Because with this, you might as well just buy a PC. Now it's gonna be super low tier, but I think that's what the goal is. If you want a low tier thing like this, then get a Steam Machine. It's gonna do everything you need to. So as high as these prices are, they're in line with the price levels that I predicted around the time of its reveal. That's because in terms of raw hardware costs, estimates put the Steam Machine at costing over $500. Once you add in all the other costs associated with actually bringing a product to market at a profit, you're looking at a $700 machine. So like I said, $700, $800, and that's that sweet spot. But if you're thinking about more more data, more space, that's when you're going to get into the terabyte models, and that's when it's going to be in the close to 1,000 range, 900 range. But realistically, I don't see the typical middle class family getting something like this. This is for if you are true, or if you're into it like that, if you really into it like that, then by all means get it. But know what you're getting into with these prices, because this is insane. So let me see. Actually, I don't know if they came out with any of the features. So your game's on the big screen. With over 6 times the horsepower of Steam Deck, Steam Machine has the power to play your whole Steam library, including your favorite AAA games. Alright, so it has Steam OS, small form factor, it's a little box, which looks cool and quiet. CPU 4K gaming at 60 FPS with FSR. So that was a thing that I was curious about too. What's this power looking like? If I'm buying an $800, $900 machine, it better be as powerful as my PC. But this is for the home. Storage, we already talked about that. Power, no giant brick. Steam Machine's power supply is built right in. Super dope. So there's an LED strip. And at the same time, it's still a PC. So you can, it's still a computer. Like you can, just how like I'm using my PC, you can switch that out for the Steam machine or the Steam box. So it's good. It's good, but I need to know if this is really gonna sell. If it's really going to sell, because they came out with that Xbox ROG, and that was like $1,000 for that handheld. And they said the sales was good, but it was like, how many did y'all put out? I don't think a lot of people was checking for that too crazy like that. And I don't know if they're gonna do the same for this. Now I'm gonna be out on the lookout. It would be nice to have. But we will see. We will see. That was another thing I wanted to talk about with this machine too. Oh, what's the controller? What's the controller looking like? So this controller, I do not like. I don't know what these are, probably the touch pads. It's similar to an Xbox controller or PS1 controller because you got the L1, L2. But okay. Okay. Well, cool. Yeah, if y'all already knew about this, then I'm already saying stuff you already know. I'm just now diving into it, and these prices are definitely going to be the obstacle. Because if y'all are looking to put this out, y'all are competing with the PS5 and the and the PS5 and the Xbox. But PS5 is winning. PlayStation is winning. So y'all let me know what y'all think of the Steam machine. Is this a good idea for Valve to put out? Is this good for people who are interested in getting into PC, but this is like a baby step, which is good for them? Because I feel like this machine is like an all around thing. Or do y'all think this is a waste of money and y'all could just go and get a PC? Or yeah, like an actual bigger PC or a Switch. So I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with it. But them prices, I'm not. All right, so let's go to the next topic. RAM. RAM is getting very, very expensive. And like how I said in the beginning, I'm so glad that I got my PC when I did. Because literally like 2 weeks after, the cost of RAM went up. So if you're thinking about getting a PC, or if you not sure about jumping into that PC world, you might as well go and get it now before these prices jump even more. And now they're talking about the GPU prices going up. And there's also talk of, well, I should have put this on too. AI is taking over everything now, and it's getting to a point where everything is super expensive for PC players, that they are now going back to the 360 series. Now, it would be dope if they had the 360 series at that at the price where it initially was, but they're gonna raise the prices on that too. So you're not really buying a new thing because the 360 came out years back, but they're gonna raise it like how they're doing the 50 series. So, oof. If you're thinking about getting a PC, go ahead and get it now for these prices jump even more. So here is an article from Gaming Bible. So first RAM, now GPU. PS5. Oh, and by the way, this does not only affect your PC. This will affect your phone. This will affect your Xbox, PS5, anything with large amounts of space, they are raising these prices up. So best be ready, be prepared. So PC players will no doubt know about the ongoing RAM price increases, making our expensive little hobby even more expensive, especially when you're running a higher end bit of kit. It makes upcoming launches like Valve Steam Machine more appealing than the pre-existing Steam Deck, though the cheapest models of Valve's handheld are no longer being sold. So that was another perk for the Steam Machine. If you don't want to go crazy on the PC build, that's what the Steam Machine is for. You can still play PC games. You can still play all the games that you would like on machine as you would if you got like a high-end super PC. So that is kind of that middle ground, because that's the way it's looking. So to add insult to injury, it's not just RAM that's skyrocketing in price anymore, but GPUs are apparently following closely behind. The latest information from Newsys says that both AMD and Nvidia plan on raising the price of its GPUs significantly over 2026. Terrible news for PC owners, but it also has a big implication for consoles too. Like I just said, like RAM, GPUs are already pricey, so this is all the makings of a disaster waiting to happen. Exact pricing is unknown, but it's believed some of the more powerful GPUs could reach the $5,000 mark. Jesus. Though I can't imagine there'd be many gamers out there willing to pay that much. Oh yeah, we're gonna find deals. Yeah, nobody's paying 4,000 or 5,000. Well, some people, if you got the money, if you got money like that, by all means, do what you need to do. But all I'm saying, for people like me who have a decent amount of money, I'm not going out of my way to buy a $4,000 to $5,000 PC. I just can't, and that's just the GPU. Nobody's gonna get that. So, as we all know, you never have to buy a GPU for your PlayStation or Xbox. They're built into the hardware, and the entire point of them is that you can plug them in and play without having to construct and tinker yourself. Those GPUs have to come from somewhere though, and both Sony and Microsoft used AMD GPUs. So both companies are also secretly working on the next generation of consoles. So that's another thing. Even though we don't necessarily have to deal with the GPU with our consoles, they are already working on or having a plan to integrate that, and it's going to be even more expensive. So speculation was the launch year for the PS6 and next Xbox somewhere in 2027, meaning AMD raising the price of its GPUs could be catastrophic for their design and construction. The only logical reason from Sony and Microsoft would be to either find a cheaper GPU to use, which is unlikely, or charge more for the next gen consoles, which they are going to do for sure. When the next generation console comes out, it's probably going to be $700 to $800. $700 to $800. With all these prices, with all everything going up, these price hikes, RAM going up, GPU going up, hardware is about to get more expensive. So y'all be ready. Best be ready when these prices go up. I feel for everybody who is still using past generation consoles, because y'all are getting left way, way in the back. There was a time when it would be like, okay, I got me a job, I can save up to get the next console. But you might as well get you a PS5 now, because the next console is going to be more expensive than that. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. It's no secret that PC hardware, RAM, and GPU have been in very short supply. This has not only resulted in hefty price increases from the likes of AMD, but also on the video game console, impacting the likes of PS5 and Xbox Series X. So yeah, y'all better be ready. I don't know what to tell you. Go and get that PC while you still can. These prices are no joke. Not only but PC, Xbox, PlayStation. So just ready to throw out like an easy 700 easily. So let me know if y'all are sticking with the consoles. Are y'all thinking about getting a PC? Because if not, this shouldn't even matter to you. Well, it should in the long run, but right now, uh, yeah, potential PC buyers beware, beware. So let me see what else I got for y'all, and I think this is pretty much the last thing I want to talk about. So GTA 6 delays have mirrored Red Dead Redemption so far. So I think when I separate this vehicle, did I just say vehicle? When I separate this video, I'm tired. When I separate this video, I'm gonna put up Attack on Titan as a thumbnail with GTA. GTA 6 is having that Attack on Titan feel. And this game is slowly bringing the hype down. Slowly bringing the hype down, because if it gets delayed again, that's not going to be a good thing. And now we've gotten delays before, but for a game to be as big as GTA 6, y'all gave us 2 delays. Y'all about to get us a third one. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Because realistically speaking, GTA 6 is supposed to come out in November. That's a fall game. Now, I can see why they dropped, because fall, when it rains, it pours for AAA games. Fall time is the best time. But if they delay it, they will probably push it back a couple more months into where it'll be like a March, April game. Now, I don't know why they're taking so long. Now, granted, this is just rumors. This is none of this is actually factual. I'm just stating what ifs. But realistic, if they were to have a delay, it would probably come out in March, April time. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm hyped for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm patiently waiting for GTA 6 to come out. But GTA 6 is slowly turning into the Attack on Titan hype method of how when that anime came out, it kept getting and separating into parts. We kept waiting for more and more to come out. It's kind of giving me that feeling again where like I was super hyped for Attack on Titan. They separated into parts and they had to separate into years. We could have been done with the anime years back. So for this game to be delayed, y'all can't give me no half-ass either when it comes out. This game has been hyped up so much. This better be a damn near perfect game. We don't want no mediocre stuff. And I hope y'all are using y'all's time wisely. Y'all are fixing the kinks, because this game is going to be massive as far as what you can do in it. I'm hearing they're implementing like basketball, and what I've realized is what GTA is so good at, it can pull from different aspects of different games. You get it's like a jack of all trades. It has a little bit of, it has shooting, driving, heist, sports stuff, like side stuff you can do, along the way. Um, they dabble in different um, areas. It's not a complete racing game. It's not a complete shooter. It's not a complete sports game. But what GTA does so well is it is able to combine all of that and make it into their own thing. And that's why this game is going to be so massive, and that's why it's taking so damn long. They just got to polish everything because I need this game to be. I don't need it to get the Cyberpunk treatment. We were hyping that game up for so long. When it finally came out, that game was garbage. Now it's a completely different game now. It's perfect, but we don't need anything like that. And whether you like it or not, Rockstar, with everything that's been going on, because it's with the union busting and these delays happening and stuff within the company, Rockstar is still regarded as one of the top dogs of this gaming industry. Uh, so this game is going to sell. It's going to be the biggest game of all time. It's going to beat out GTA 5 easy. But when this game does come out, it needs to be at a B plus, A minus, A at that, at minimum a B plus. And I'm gonna shoot him some bail with that. But realistically, it needs to be like an A. If this game is anything below that, and we waited how many years for this to come out to give us mediocre. This game better not do that. It better not do that. So a lot of people are counting on this game to do well, which I get that this game is one of the biggest ever, but it's so much more stuff that's coming out this year. Like we got so much more heat up until then. That's why I'm not stressing. Like I got Resident Evil, I got Wolverine, uh Fable was apparently is supposedly supposed to be coming out. Um Tomb Raider, like I got games. I'm not specifically waiting on this game to come out because I'm playing some other stuff. So yeah, we gonna see. We're gonna see. This game better be top notch. It better be perfect. Um, so Bloomberg's Jason Schreier shared some of what he's heard about the open world blockbuster's development on a recent episode of the Button Mash podcast. If you look at the history there, they announced it for fall 2017. Then it slipped to spring 2018. And then it slipped again to fall 2018. And then it landed October of that year. So I wouldn't be super shocked if that is what's happening. If it does, this would mean that it actually hits its current release target and not delayed again. So whether or not GTA 6 actually makes it out this year, as currently planned, will be a bigger deal for other game studios than for actual players. As Schreier goes on to mention, entire game reveal, marketing, and launch plans of other games are being arranged around GTA 6's current November 19th, 2026 release date. Yeah, so if this game does come out, oh, Phantom Blade Zero is another game that's supposed to come out. I think 20. I don't know if it's this year or next year, but that's another game I'm looking forward to playing. But yeah, I'm excited. Again, I'm excited for this to come out, but it's getting to a point where it's just like if it gets delayed, I'm not surprised. I'm not gonna be mad. It's just gonna be it is what it is. And for the people who don't play games, who are strictly sports shooter, they are banking everything on this game right here. They're forgetting everything else that's coming out. But don't be mad when this game gets delayed and we gotta see it in April. So yeah. Yeah. But y'all let me know. Y'all think this game's gonna get delayed again? Do y'all think it's gonna hit that November mark as it should? What do y'all think is the holdup? Are they still working on stuff? Is there something more behind the scenes that we should be knowing about? I know internally they got a lot going on, but yeah, we don't know. We don't know. So that is all I got for y'all today. I'm gonna continue with Alan Wake. I'm probably gonna play that like on Thursday. Next week I will see if I can do another live stream. If not a live stream, I'll just do like a separate video or separate videos. But right now, Alan Wake, Ninja Gaiden I may stream, but other than that, we just waiting on Romeo Must Die February release in the big dog Resident Evil. So yeah, but that is all I got for y'all. I hope y'all have a great week. I will try and separate and cut these into shorts and videos in the meantime, because for the weekend I will not be here. So we're gonna say I'm gonna start next week. But yeah, that's all I can give you right now. So if you have not tuned in, this stream will be on in the next day, and go follow the second channel. Currently playing Alan Wake 2. It's a great game. I understand now why it won so many awards. But that's all I got for y'all. I will see y'all on the next video. See y'all on the next stream. Please give a like, subscribe, share, comment down below if you are new. And the goal is to reach 300, 350, maybe close to 400 this year. I think we can do that. I think those are doable numbers if I'm being consistent with it. That's the thing. So I will see y'all on the next one. Deuces.